Hey everyone, I'm Adam Harry from BoLS with
Chris from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
and today we're taking a look at KeyForge.
Oh yes, we've been waiting for this.
So Chris, KeyForge is a brand new game from FFG and Richard Garfield. This is a unique deck game.
Yes.
We're pretty pumped about it. We saw it at Gen Con.
Mm-hmm.
There's been pre-release events going on. The
It's
buzz has
been-
been going like all summer.
I was gonna say it's been building up its buzz since it was first announced.
Yeah.
And the more we've gotten to take a look at it, the more buzz it deserves. Because
Okay.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, so tell the folks at home a little bit about KeyForge. Call the Archons real fast.
So it's a non-trading, non-collectible card game because every single deck you buy is completely unique. They put an algorithm in to make something like, I want to say 9.
It's like a trillion gajillion decks.
It's
99 bazillion. It doesn't made up number, but still.
You'll never see that many decks printed.
Yeah.
But every single deck is going to be completely unique to you, and you can't actually modify the deck.
Yeah.
The deck is what you get. You just play based on skill and your luck.
Yeah. So it is a unique deck game, meaning that each deck is unique, and you have to play with the tools you're given. That was one of the big keynote things when they had Richard Garfield talk about the game at Gen Con, was like, this game there's no meta because you just have the cards you have and you have to play with what you got. You have to play with, every time you draw a card. And it's a pretty cool game. It's got some really cool mechanics. So why don't we go ahead and dive right in? All right, we have KeyForge here. Now Chris, you actually brought the store demo copy here.
Yes.
Because it's selling out so fast.
Yeah, we are out.
Yeah, so we were lucky to get this one.
Yeah.
You guys still have some packs. Why don't we go ahead and open that one up real quick, and I'll go ahead and pop the box real fast. Again, this one's actually already been punched out, but I want to show the back of the box. Kind of the whole point of KeyForge. We can talk gameplay mechanics real fast. It's a race. The first player to get to 3 keys wins.
Yep.
And each key is crafted using with the amber generation.
Yes.
And it takes 6 amber, if I remember correctly.
6 amber per key to unlock.
Yep. And so once you get your 6 amber per key, so you need 18 amber total, you craft your key, you win. But the kicker is you make the keys at the start of your turn.
Yes, which is why it's a challenge because you can lose amber on the other person's turn.
And you generate amber. The creatures you summon, the spells you play, that stuff will help you with amber or offensive, defensive stuff like that. So very cool stuff. This is designed, by the way, it is a 2-player game. We don't know if there's going to be multiplayer stuff in the future, but
Give it time, I'm sure somebody will come up with something.
Yeah. So again, this box has already been opened. These are the rules. Let's talk about some of the components, which have slid down because I just stacked them up top.
So you got your amber in there, which is going to be your biggest component.
Yeah, that's Can you walk us through what all these are real fast?
Yeah. So this is going to be your amber component here.
Okay.
These, I believe,
Those are the keys.
Yeah, the keys you're going to be trying to get, and there should be 6 in here for 2 players.
Yep. So each player is trying to forge a set of keys.
5, sorry, because once you get 3.
Yeah, first player to 3 wins. So now you don't technically need these tokens to play. You can just have a deck, and if you can keep track on your own,
Exactly.
you're good. But
And then your counter tokens as well with the numbers on them.
yep. So amber, and then we have some decks in here, right?
Yep.
Now, how many decks actually come in a starter?
So the core box, this one will have 4 decks in it.
4 decks.
And the idea is you're going to get 2 pre-built decks that are completely the same.
Okay.
That everybody gets in the core set. That's your training decks. They're just to teach
Training
you the
wheels.
game.
Okay.
However, you also get 2 completely unique decks. And again, that's what we said, is that every deck in this game is completely unique.
So there's I think the Radiant Argus.
Yep.
The Supreme is one of the starter decks.
And you can actually tell how the decks are different because the backs of the cards are all colored and symboled the same.
Okay.
Which means you can't put that in that
Yeah,
deck.
because as soon as I see that, like, wait a minute,
It doesn't fit.
one of these things is
Not like the other.
Yep. 'Cause that's all we can say for legal reasons. But singing that song anyway. So this is the Miss Onyx Centurious disc. I think this is another one of the starter decks. And then there's different cards.
Yes.
Oh, these are the power cards. Okay.
And then we didn't bring the 2 other decks, I don't believe. But we do have this one that I opened up just to show you what a unique deck looks like. And again,
Again, this was the store copy, which
Yes.
is why it's got the 2 starter decks and not the unique
fun
decks.
ones.
Yeah.
So this is going to be your unique deck. Again, it's completely different background, completely different symbols. Yeah, some of them match up, but it's not going to be the same. And a
right.
different name.
Yeah, these symbols, by the way, are the different houses or clans or whatever you want to call them, guilds that represent the different factions that are on KeyForge, or the planet they're fighting over, or kind of fighting in. Not really for. It's a long story.
Yeah.
But they're all unique, different factions. And the way the game works is when you're playing, you pick a faction that you have. So in this case, we would have the Mars faction, the Logos, or the Shadows faction. So on my turn, I'd say I'm playing Shadow cards.
Right.
I could play any Shadow cards from my hand.
And on the
correct
table.
me if I'm wrong. On the table, you can activate Shadow cards that are already in play.
Yep.
Or you can play cards from your hand. But the next round, I have to call a different house, or can I call the same one?
I believe you have to call a different one. But
Yeah.
the trick with the game is going to be choose its action efficiency is what it's going to be. You want to make sure you're taking full advantage of the different clans and stuff. Now this is just the checklist card that tells you which clan you are. But if you look at these cards,
so we got different kind of cards, and these are all tons of different artwork.
yeah, and the cards are very specific because this is a unique card game.
Yeah,
it's very important to read card text in this. It's
Yeah.
not like a lot of other games where you can be like, this is a creature, it only does this.
Yeah.
Creatures in this are different. You want to read what they do. Sometimes you gain amber if they die. Sometimes you gain amber if they steal it.
Yeah.
Artifacts the same way. Abilities the same way. You want to make sure you're reading the card specifically because the card is pretty much going to build the rules for you.
Right. So this is a game that you're gonna pop a new deck, and you're gonna want to read through the deck to see how it plays and figure out. Some of these cards might be similar. Like I'm sure the Mars factions are gonna be. Let's see, the Shadow cards are probably going to be similar. So like some of these Shadow cards, Umbra might be in this deck too.
Yeah.
But the fact is, I can't take these cards and slide them in deck because
Exactly.
that's not how this game works.
No, there's no trading and everything.
Yeah.
And again, when you open this deck up, what you're going to want to do right from the get-go is learn your deck.
Yep.
This isn't going to be like other games where you can just be like, okay, well, what I want to do is this and build your deck around that. No, this deck is built already. You are trying to figure out how to play it the best way you can.
Yep. So it's very different from other traditional collectible card games.
Yes.
All the decks are unique. You can't trade, so there's no point to trade. If you get a bum deck, you just give it to a buddy that might be interested and get him playing or her playing, and then buy another one. They're $10, so.
And there's no guarantee too that a bum deck is necessarily a bum deck because you might not see a way to play it the way you want, but your buddy might.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is that every deck is going to have different plans and strategies for it, and you really just need to learn how to play it.
Exactly. It's playing with what you're given instead of building what you want to play with.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. The rules are very simple. It's only like a 2-4 page, if you count front and back, kind of rule set here. But yeah, it's real simple. You're trying to forge a key. You do that at the start of your turn. So if you have any amber previously, your opponent's going to try to take those out. You're going to choose a house, like I mentioned. You're going to pick the house that you want to play that round. You play, discard, use all the cards that active house, and then you ready your cards.
Yep.
And then you draw more cards, and then you do it again.
That's it.
Yeah. And then just real fast, each identity has 3 houses that make up the deck. During the setup, the active player chooses one of these 3 houses and activates it. The chosen house is the active house for the remainder of the turn. The active player will only be able to play and use cards from the active houses this turn, so choose carefully. So yeah, you can actually choose the same house twice.
Yeah.
But then you're not playing cards to get them out of your deck.
At that point, you're probably losing cards if you don't have them.
Yeah, it's like you said earlier. It's all about being action efficient.
Yes.
You know? So, but yeah, it's real simple.
Yeah.
And then there's different types of cards. This kind of goes over the different.
Yeah, how they work, the different things, the credits, of course, the unique deck aspect of it. And like I said, I think this is going to be not only fun for you, but I think in terms of tournaments and organized play, this is going to bring an entirely new feature to gaming, because it's going to be, when you sit across from somebody to play them, you're going to just see how good they are with what they were given, and you're going to see how good you are. Yeah. There's not going to be a feeling of, well, that person just bought their way into
or
this.
They net decked it and they're just copying somebody else's work or something like that. So I think this is going to be a really interesting game overall. I think this is going to be another really cool thing that's going to happen with this game is because they're all unique decks, you're going to see local metas come into a much different kind of play, because somebody's deck locally might be the top tier deck there, but you might take it to a regional or something, or
and it won't even matter.
And it won't matter, or it won't perform as well because they're playing against
completely different
decks. That have different setups. So it's just going to be a really interesting game. I know there's a lot of hype and a lot of curiosity about this game. And honestly, we'll talk about the price points in a bit, but like, again, $10 to buy in for a deck is
super
nothing.
affordable, and it's something that like I said, for tournaments and organized play, it's going to offer a whole new aspect to things like sealed play, because for $10 you get a brand new deck and you literally learn on the fly, and that's going to make those kind of engagements really fun, even if it's just between you and a buddy.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's going to show you who's quick at learning the deck, you know?
Yeah. So once you learn how to play the game, pick up a deck and just give it a shot, because you can't go wrong.
Exactly.
Cool. Let's hop out for a really quick recap. Well, that was KeyForge. I mean, what else can you say about it, right?
I mean, like we showed you guys, this is an incredibly different game than probably anything you've ever seen, and I really think you guys are going to love it at home, because you actually are going to get a game that's just based entirely on what you pull and your skill with it, nothing else.
Just based on what you can do and how you read your opponent, and just the actual act of playing the game is so rewarding too. So let's talk price point about this game, because this is really exciting to me.
Yes.
Price wise, what is the cost of the starter and the decks?
So the starter itself is going to be $39.95, and like we showed you, that's going to come with the 2 training decks, but also those 2 unique decks that, again, completely unique, as well as everything else you need. Cool. And then, of course, your smaller decks are going to be $9.95.
Yeah, so we're looking at $10.
Yeah.
$10 for a deck. So you get a starter, you're set, because you have all the extras, accoutrements, you have a couple of decks to play around with. But then, if you don't like those decks, or you just want to play with a friend that maybe you're at the game store and you have all your stuff and you're like, I want to try something new. $10. It's $10 to pick up a deck, and you're good to go.
And it's going to be so easy for people to get into. It's not pay to win like a lot of other games can feel like. This game is just, you can stay with $10. You can go to a tournament and just buy into a tournament for $10, getting a brand new deck, and
just playing with that deck. It's sealed. It's the sealed format, but different.
Yeah,
so.
The sealed format, the ultimate version of it. So
yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, KeyForge making a lot of buzz right now. Like we said, it's out in stores right now, so go check it out. Contact your FLGS and see what's up.
Yeah, get it soon too, because this is going fast.
Going fast. I'm Adam here from BoLS.
And Chris from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And this has been another Tabletop Spotlight. Thanks again for watching.
Take care.
Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.